Hello and welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you'll find the most recent news, entertaining moments, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Fans were taken aback last Thursday when Big Brother 27 house guest Ava Thompson exited through the well-known double doors. Once considered a strategic powerhouse and social butterfly, Ava's eviction came as both shocking and ironic, the result of a move she herself orchestrated just weeks earlier. Ava talks about the moment she realized she had sealed her own fate, her regret over evicting Rachel, and how she's thinking about her turbulent journey inside the house in an exclusive post-eviction interview. "It was my downfall, in a nutshell." Ava doesn't shy away from admitting that her biggest move became her undoing. Ava acknowledges, "I'll just say it. Evicting Rachel was the biggest mistake I made in the game. At the time, I thought it was a power move. She was loved by everyone, had great house knowledge, and was socially strong. I figured if I took her out, I'd be seen as fearless. However, I was unaware that Rachel also served as my shield. I was the sole target after she left." At the beginning of the season, Rachel had been one of Ava's closest allies. Jordan, a player known for his quiet but steady play, joined the two of them to form a close-knit trio. But when cracks began forming between the alliance after the halfway point, Ava saw an opportunity to make what she called a resume move. "I kept hearing that if I wanted to win, I needed to make a bold move. Therefore, I leaned in when Rachel's name started to be mentioned," Ava states. "I convinced myself it was strategic, but honestly, it touched me deeply. That hurt when she called me out one night for playing both sides. It was not my game, but rather my ego that wanted to disprove her. The eviction that changed everything." The week Rachel was evicted, Ava was sitting comfortably in the middle of multiple alliances, a powerful spot in any Big Brother house. But after she spearheaded Rachel's backdoor plan, the dynamic flipped almost overnight. "People stopped trusting me," Ava recalls. "Even those who contributed to its success, such as Jordan and Madison, began to distance themselves. I went from being everyone's confidant to being seen as dangerous. And danger is short-lived in this game." Rachel's eviction left a ripple effect through the house. Ava underestimated the emotional scars she left behind after her departure, as she had strong relationships with nearly every remaining player. Ava says, shaking her head, "I remember sitting in the kitchen that night and realizing how quiet it was. The energy just changed. Rachel had this presence. She kept everyone balanced. Chaos reigned once she left, and I became the scapegoat for it." By the following week, Ava was nominated for eviction for the first time all season. "Despite attempts to rebuild trust, the damage was done. Nobody was buying what I was selling," she admits. "I tried to spin the Rachel move as good gameplay, but they all saw through it. I had burned my bridge with the one person who could have saved me, and everyone else was too afraid to align with me after that. I thought I was safe, and that's when the game bites you." When Ava was put on the block next to Mason, she initially felt confident she had the votes to stay. After all, Mason had been caught in multiple lies, and Ava still had remnants of social capital with a few players. She chuckles with regret. "I genuinely thought I was good. I was counting the votes in my head. I thought I had Jordan, Madison, and Tyler. But Madison and Tyler had been getting closer ever since Rachel left, something I had no idea about. Jordan also refrained from going against the house. So when I heard Julie say my name, I was just stunned." Ava calls her expulsion the most humiliating moment of her life. She recalls, "I sat there, smiling, trying to hold it together. But I was screaming inside. I put in a lot of work to play a clean and strategic game, but one choice was all that kept it all together. I thought taking out Rachel would earn me respect. Instead, it made me expendable." Concerning Rachel's reaction and their current position, fans were quick to notice that Rachel, who had been evicted just 2 weeks earlier, didn't appear bitter when Ava joined her in the jury house. In point of fact, Ava claims that their reuniting went off without a hitch. Ava chuckles, "She just looked at me and said, 'You finally joined the club.' We talked for hours that first night. It wasn't easy. I apologized, and I meant it. She told me she understood why I did it, but that she wished I'd trusted her more. And honestly, she's right. Ava adds that they've rekindled their friendship since then. Rachel's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. That's easy to forget when you're constantly questioning the motives of everyone in the house. But outside the game, she's exactly who she says she is. I think we'll be friends for a long time. What Ava would do differently. Ava doesn't hesitate when asked what she would change if she could watch the entire season over again. She says, "I'd slow down. I came in guns blazing, making deals, forming alliances, trying to control everything. But Big Brother is a marathon, not a sprint. I should have prioritized protecting my relationships over my resume." She also reflects on how perception can be deadlier than power. She explains, "The minute people start thinking you're running the house, they want you out. Even if you're not actually in control, the perception alone kills your game. I should have let someone else take the heat for a while." As for the Rachel move, I wouldn't have done it. Not then, not like that. I might have been able to change the story if I had waited a few more weeks, but instead, I handed my allies the excuse they needed to turn on me. I literally did their dirty work for them. Her message to fans and what's next. Despite the heartbreak, Ava says she's walking away from Big Brother with her head held high. She says, "I'm proud of how I played, even if I made mistakes," she says with a smile. "I went in wanting to play hard, and I did that. I didn't float. I didn't hide. I took risks. And sometimes, risks blow up in your face. But this is what makes Big Brother so amazing." Ava teases that she'd be open to returning for another season if the opportunity came up. "Oh, 100%, she laughs. "Give me All-Stars too, and I'll demonstrate what I've learned to everyone. I'd play a smarter, quieter game. Maybe even rejoin Rachel once more. That would be poetic." Ava leaves fans with one final thought before the show ends. Everyone in that house thinks they can outsmart the game. But the truth is that the game always prevails. You might think you're in charge, but one bad move, like evicting someone, can completely change the situation. For me, that was Rachel. When I evicted her, I thought I was taking power. In fact, it was the moment I lost it. She pauses, smiling softly. Ava says, "I sealed my own fate." She also said, "But I also found out exactly who I am, and that's worth more than any prize money."